there's so much excitement for these teams and for their fan bases on day one of the season.
That's typical for all fan bases on the opening day of the season. I mean, the whole season is in front of you. Optimism runs high for just about everybody.
Here's the starting group for Houston. They'll see Durant and Smith playing up at forward. Tari Eason is out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the center position. KD with the bucket.
Man, it's so impressive the way Durant gets that floater off so fast. I mean, at nearly 7 feet tall with guard-like quickness, that should almost be outball.
Now, here's SGA. Here's Wallace. Taps in the tray.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Pass to Thompson. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Now, here's SGA. Floats it up for Hartenstein. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
And before last season, Ime Udoka turned heads when he said the Rockets, Clark, had playoff aspirations.
Well, kudos to Ime Udoka. I mean, very few people believe they would make the playoffs in the stacked Western Conference, and no one saw them finishing as a 2 seed. They didn't meet expectations. They exceeded them.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
A bit ago, Mark Dagnall and I were able to chat. We talked about Kevin Durant and just how challenging a matchup he is. He told me, quote, his length is what makes him so difficult. Throwing that quick release on his jumper, all we can ask our guys to do is get a hand up on any shot they can. We'll see how effective their defense is on Durant tonight. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thank you.
And something to like about Holmgren is his ability to run the floor. A 7-footer who can get up the court in a hurry and get to the rim before the D gets set.
KD finds Şengün. And there's KD. That's good on the assist by Şengün. KD's got his second bucket of the night. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play.
And early on, they looked great. It made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. With a break in the action, we go to the 2K leaderboard. See the teams that excelled at slowing the pace down a campaign ago. In third, the Thunder.
I mean, they held opponents to so few points that it allowed them to win games even when their offense wasn't clicking.
Back to Wallace. For the 3. Here's Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Hartenstein with the screen on Thompson. 5 to shoot. SGA into the lane. Shot from 12. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time for the Rockets. Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Smith. And Shepherd subbed in for Tari Eason. Here's Shepherd. Outside, KD. Adams sets the pick for KD. And Adams with the slam.
God, he threw that one down. Adams, one of the fiercest competitors in the league.
And no questioning the greatness of Kevin Durant. But, Greg, trying to get back into championship contention.
Yeah, and since his 2 titles with the Warriors, disappointment with the Nets and Suns, can he get a shot at another ring?
Here's KD, following the score by Oklahoma City. Good, nice job down low. Durant's got 8 points.
No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
SGA surveying the defense. Wallace outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. And the shot is good. And that's now 6 points for Isaiah Hartenstein.
Continues to develop his playmaking abilities. Gilgeous-Alexander is an unselfish team player.
Outside Durant. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Exactly. 2 top teams in the conference. They want to continue that success this season as they look long-term towards playoff seeding.
Now, here's SGA. After the miss from KD. The shot by Williams, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Finney-Smith. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Thunder out in front, up by 3. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Thunder.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
And so in the game for the Rockets, the guards are Van Vliet and Shepard. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Alperen Sengun. And it's Adams in at the 5 spot. The Thunder leading by 5. And Greg, the Thunder, NBA champions at last. And still incredibly young.
And this is no fluke. They defended, they shared it, trusted in the system and one another. The league's been put on notice. This team is just getting started. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Shepard, the pass to Sengun. Van Vliet outside. The tray. Good, and the assist goes to Sengun.
Few players shoot it with as much arc as Van Vliet does. That thing brings rain when he shoots it.
SGA kicks to Holmgren. Off target from 3-point range. Rockets trail by 4. Finney-Smith passes to Adams. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, arguably the most feared slasher in the game. Teammate Jalen Williams said, quote, everybody knows what he's going to do, and he's still able to get to spots on a consistent basis. SGA paused a beat before bluntly saying, I get to the rim on anybody. Kevin?
That's certainly a nightmare to contain. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. Durant's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Sengun passes to Van Vliet. Sengun with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Durant against Williams. Durant down low. Durant uses his size in close.
And that bucket by KD is why he is so lethal. Durant can straight up save possession. Outside Williams.
Van Vliet against Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with the screen on Van Vliet. Loads it up for Hartenstein. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, that's too smooth. I mean, Gilgeous-Alexander with some clever playmaking there.
Pass to Şengün. Now Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And a three-level scorer. That time, SGA takes it all the way.
KD on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. Durant feeling it out a bit. Good! Kevin Durant is too much! Clark, more so than ever, NBA offenses are putting the ball in the hands of their stars and letting them go to work.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, that's because NBA offense is all about creating space, and usually your star players can do that with a high level of skill, speed, shot making, and playmaking. You can create it with strength as well, playing through a guy like Jokic, Giannis, and Luka.
It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. SGA kicks to Wallace. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City needs to get off the shot. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficient.
Durant against Williams. Unloads from 9. Off the left rim and out. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 6-point game. Holmgren with a screen on KD. SGA finds Holmgren. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And give credit to Holmgren for jumping all over that opportunity, putting his length to great use.
KD against Williams. Pass to Adams. Back to Şengün. From deep. Near the three-point line, it's VanVleet. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. SGA with the ball. Now defended by Şengün.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
VanVleet can't get it to go.
He's had a hard time finding his shot this quarter.
The kick out to Williams. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
Well, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Right back after this break.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Let's first take a gander at the rest of the NBA schedule for the night and what's in store. It'll be the Golden State Warriors up against the Lakers out in Los Angeles. Start time 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
This is the kind of game everyone tunes in for. Should be a good one.
I'm right there with you, getting the popcorn ready. Got some gummy bears for you. Got some, what else you want, Kenny?
Chocolate raisins.
Anything else, Shaq?
Or chocolate chip cookies. How about some barbecue chicken?
Now we'll take a look back at our featured game. That was quite a performance for the Thunder.
Something my partner will appreciate. These guys are living in the paint, and it's going to be hard to move them out of there, Shaq.
Yeah, that's what we call renters' rights. They are holding that lease, baby.
that'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. It's been quite a game for Isaiah Hartenstein.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And last season, the Thunder with the best record in the NBA and Greg, the best point differential in NBA history.
How about eclipsing the 71 Lakers that were led by the great Wilt Chamberlain and Jerry West? And OKC started that season as the youngest team in the league. Needless to say, we've never seen anything like it.
Out on the perimeter, Wallace and Williams. Holmgren plays at the 4 with Hartenstein at the center spot. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the 1. And that's who Mark Daigneault starts the second half. Rockets trail by 15. Thompson passes to Şengün. Here's KD. And then Durant with the jam.
What doesn't Kevin Durant do? He's showing us everything here.
SGA kicks to Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's going to take his chance to talk to his guys. A moment now to look at the highest scoring teams in the NBA from last season. The Thunder in 4th.
Boy, they do an excellent job offensively. Most of the season last year, they were really in sync. A nice flow and rhythm to their offensive game. But anytime you score the points they did, it's about unselfishness and trusting each other.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Thompson against SGA. Gilgeous-Alexander fighting in.
The classic combo guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is effective in the two-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself.
Here's Wallace. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Thunder shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And just last season, they were at about 82% from the free throw line. So those numbers are always going to be positive.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for him. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
Wallace hits 2 free throws. Rockets trail by 16. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot. Oklahoma City is not the biggest town, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said, quote, "Me personally, the market doesn't matter. I love the people in the organization and the people around me. And those are the things that matter. I go to work every single day with a smile on my face." Back to you guys.
Yep, a wonderful organization. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. KD passes to Thompson. Here's Eason. Şengün kicks to Durant. Another shot. With the floater, Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in.
just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Thompson passes to Smith. Holmgren with the steal. Wallace outside. Thompson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
Well, not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Houston making some changes. Adams, he's checked in for Jabari Smith. And Shepard subbed in for Tari Eason. And the Rockets with possession here. To the right side. Şengün kicks to Durant. Just 5 to shoot. To stop the drought. A rebound by Gilgeous-Alexander.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Floats it up for Holmgren. An emphatic LU jam.
I mean, sneaky. But when he moves around the floor, Holmgren takes you out of the play, slips past, and just rolls to the hoop.
And you look at these Rockets, Greg, pretty fearsome on the defensive end.
I mean, great length and athleticism on the wings, and a defensive-minded coach in Ime Udoka. They'll make you work for it, no doubt about it.
Wallace. And that comes off the assist by SGA. Wallace has got 5 points now this quarter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pass to Shepard. Thompson outside. And here is Durant. Got it. Good job in the low post. Durant's got 19 points. Now it appears an injury out on the floor, and that does not look like an injury.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yeah, you know, aside from some of the player protection rules, which have been of benefit, a lot of it just comes down to what the body can withstand.
Checked in for Adams. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Şengün. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Jabari Smith. Tate, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Thompson. VanVleet can't get it to go. The Thunder leading by 23. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. And he makes that one. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 17.
And moving with such speed, the quickness of SGA's drives, something to admire.
17 seconds left in the third. VanVleet against Gilgeous-Alexander. VanVleet deciding where to go with it.
What he lacks in height, he certainly makes up for with his bounce.
And so it's Oklahoma City riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot That's how you orchestrate it.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So on the floor for Houston, the guards are Van Vliet and Shepard. Alperen Sengun out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. Great positioning on the putback. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And just a great job converting those second chance points as well. They're having a great night getting those second and third shot opportunities.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, hard to find a more respected vet in this league than point guard Fred VanVleet. The heady vet will now also guide the Players Union in his new role of president, replacing C.J. McCollum. As a guy who went from being undrafted to an all-star to signing a max contract, he can certainly relate to most every player in the league.
He has come a long way. Okay, Shams, we thank you for that report. Now, here's SGA. Wallace outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
This is what we're used to seeing from SGA. The guy can just take over.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Van Vliet. SGA passes to Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
Here's Van Vliet. Pass to Okogie. So, GA between the NBA Cup, the play-in, the new All-Star game format, the NBA not averse to some experimentation.
No doubt. And listen, not all the ideas have been successful, right? But overall, that willingness to innovate has paid off. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should the NBA.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Here's Shepard. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist.
3 points.
Shepard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's SGA. And good that time.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He knows every possession is critical now. It's time now to present our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Fires the 3, and KD good for 3. KD's got 22 points.
Right back at you, Durant motivated to put it right in his opponent's face. No better way to do it than with the 3 of his own.
2 minutes.
Wallace kicks to SGA. Holmgren the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren.
You want a high percentage take offensively, get it to Holmgren in that spot.
Pass to Smith. Wallace against Eason. Now Durant. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And he slams it down right on top of Kevin Durant.
Oh, now that hurts the defense there. Stylish move by SGA.
Williams against Durant. Sengun with the screen for Durant. Şengün, no good. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Thunder.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Oklahoma City.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Yeah, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Eason gets a wide open look, and a miss there on the triple. And here's SGA, and there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. So for Allie LaForce, to my colleagues here at the table, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.